is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Time. I am your host, Jacob Cutler, the Fantasy Guy, and today, yes, we have another weekly edition of Meat on the 50, and as always, yet again, I am joined by one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan, and together we break down the slate of games that we have on tap for you this weekend. And Brandon will allude to it in the video, but we have an absolute barn burner of a schedule this week. One that you are going to want to tune into probably majority of these games because of just how good of matchups they are, what the implications they have. But we have a great slate of games on tap for you this week. You are not going to want to miss it. So you're going to make sure you want to tune in for all of our thoughts, analysis, predictions, the expectations, everything that we can provide you, right? Everything that we can provide you in order to tell you why we're picking these teams and who we're picking, honestly, right? So if you guys like what you guys are seeing at any point during the video, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and then just tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop, and they drop every Wednesday and Friday, you're right there. You're right there to consume the content because we are always dropping the knowledge all season long, right? It's right below your feet. You just got to look down, pick it up, shove it in the head of yours, shake it around, and boom. Better fantasy player, better knowledgeable football human being, right? We guarantee it. If you're not growing, you are dying, right? So make sure if you guys like what you guys see, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and then just tap on that bell notification to stay up to date on all the latest content. But without further ado, let's get right into it in another weekly edition of Meat on the 50. Alrighty, here we are again. Welcome back to another weekly edition of Meat on the 50. As always, joining me to my left, one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. A victory lap after the 49ers were able to, pretty much demolish the top-seeded Rams. So I thought that was, the life that we needed. So definitely feeling a little bit more optimistic about the season this week than I was sitting in the chair last week.
I like it. Sounds good. I'm doing good. Life's been good. The bye week didn't have that much stress going on, so not too bad. At all. All right, like we do every week, let's put the current overall season totals on the screen. We're going to look back at last week and overall how we're doing. Let's put it up on the screen. Boom. All right, so we got you sitting at a comfortable 80-56, 8-1 on the guaranteed victories, sitting nice and pretty. For myself, sitting at a nice 81-55, holding that one game lead for the overall record, our best record this season, our first season, so one of many. So let's see how that season ends. But right now, currently sitting with a one-game lead, 6-3 overall for the guaranteed victories. So I have a lot of ground to make up. Well, two games to make up, but if you tuned in last week, you know that we're not off to a very good start. So let's look at last week, right? Starting with you, it was a bit of a struggle for your teams last week. Let's put it up there. All right, boom. Wait a second. What's that next to the 8? Is that a 1? Wait. Oh my goodness, did we have a tie last week? Yeah, we had a tie last week. We had an absolute tie last week and a toilet bowl. And an absolute toilet bowl. The Steelers and the Lions delivered an absolute garbage of an ending, garbage of a finish. It looked like they didn't know their elbows from their assholes, like I like to say. They couldn't. Nobody wanted to win that game. So the Steelers and the Lions delivering us our first tie of the season. And then, yes, I'm sure everyone else notices, right next to that one, there's another 0-1. The Miami Dolphins also calling you out early last week by taking down the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday. They didn't even let us release the video before they're already nicking your guaranteed victory in the butt. Could not believe it. But nonetheless, let's look at overall, because you're still kicking ass. Overall, that puts you at 85-64-1. Great. We're going to have this one ugly one next to our freaking records the rest of the season. And now putting you at 8-2 on the guaranteed victories. Looking to rebound. Need a rebound, right? Can you do it this week? I think that is the question that we all have for you. Looking at last week for myself, let's put it up there. Boom, 8-5-1. God, that one is so ugly. Going 0-1 on the guaranteed victory. We're in the same boat. We are in the same boat, starting off 0-2 for the second half of the season. We need a bounce back. We need a bounce back in the guaranteed victory department in a major way. Overall, however, putting me at a solid 89-60-1. God, I'm going to have to do that for the rest of the freaking weeks. It's going to get so irritating. But 6-4 on the guaranteed victories. That's all I got to say about my guaranteed victories. I'm looking for a bounce back. But let's look at our takeaways. Last week, 3 takeaways. Hit me with it. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, the first takeaway for me is simply the Seahawks are who I thought they were. Just a very, very just below average team. First shutout in Russell Wilson's career. Yeah. And first time they've been shut out in 10 years. Though that was what one of the commentators said. So that's... Yeah, 10 years they've been able to at least put up, 2 to 3 points, to avoid that shutout. But the fact that they were able to put nothing up, it goes to show that they've got a lot of problems. Yeah. And so I think that this is kind of the downfall of the Seahawks. I think that eventually, they're going to have to blow it up and rebuild. So they're in trouble. Another takeaway for myself is I think that the Chiefs are back on track. I think that they just played it. I mean, the Raiders are a good team, and for them to do what they did, you got to give them a lot of credit. They definitely turned their season back around, and that's the Chiefs team that I'm used to seeing. Yep. So they've kind of turned it around just in time. Can they keep this consistency? We'll have to see, but they have definitely turned things around right at the right time. And the last takeaway for myself is it seems like the 49ers may have something going here. They've made some adjustments, and it looks like their defense has stepped up, holding an elite, Rams offense to just 10 points. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the season, because I will tell you this, I was not expecting that at all. But you never know, games like this can really turn your season around. Yep. So
we saw it with Tennessee.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they can build off of this and understand that each week is a new week. I know that Kyle Shanahan didn't give out any game balls, which was good, because what that shows is I'm not gonna reward this. This is what we should be doing. Yep. And until we get some sort of consistency going, we're just gonna have to kind of, take it as is and not make it more important than what it actually is. So I was happy to see that. I give the coaching an A, I give the defense an A, and I give the offense also an A. I think that was their most well put together game of this most complete game of the entire season.
I like it. I love every takeaway. Yeah, the Niners last week, that was big. They needed that one badly. So, this could be like you were just saying, and like we were talking about, this could be the fire that ignites them, just like the Titans win over the Bills. This could be what they needed to get their season back on track and get them back in that playoff hunt, because they're definitely a playoff team, but like we both agreed, they weren't playing like a playoff team. So I like it. I love every bit of it. My three takeaways are, number 1 is, can the Eagles possibly run the table from where they were to where they are now? In my opinion, two completely different teams. The defense was playing well all season. It was the offense that was the major problem. Jalen Hurts is getting better. Devontae Smith finally looks like he's a rookie. We'll give it to him. But, he looks like he's having back-to-back good games. So he looks like he's figuring it out. The team itself is trending in an upward position right now. So can they can they do like the Giants, right? Can they do they have what it takes to run the table just like the Giants? Can the Giants do it? Can the Eagles do it? Can anybody come up and have a good second half of the season to challenge the Dallas Cowboys for that division. Because if they can put some pressure on the Cowboys, we'll see what that Cowboys team is made of. Right now, they have no competition in that division. So right now, they're sitting pretty. They're flying. They're not worried about losing games or anything like that. But can the Eagles, can the Giants turn it around, run the table, and challenge the Cowboys for a division, for a playoff spot? We shall see. But that Eagles team is getting better week in and week out. My next takeaway is, will the Patriots challenge the Bills this season? A team that is improving every single week, right? A rookie, the team is improving. A rookie quarterback is improving every single week. Can the Patriots run the table in the second half to challenge, for the division, to challenge for the playoffs? Because right now, we saw last year, Tom can definitely do it without Bill. Can Bill do it without Tom? Bill has always had success in the NFL. Before Tom, pre-Tom era, Bill was successful. During Tom's era, we all know how successful he was. Can he be successful post-Tom era? We're seeing it. His team's getting better week in and week out. Week in and week out, they are a serious contender in the AFC. And all I can say is this, and I think, you texted it to me last week. If this were any other team but New England, I think I would be excited. I would be excited. I would be, wanting to see where this goes. But like you texted me last week, I'm over it. We're over it. We're over New England's success. We're over seeing New England in the playoff picture. We're over just seeing New England in general. So it would be nice if they didn't do it, but they are very well making believers out of people who didn't believe in them. Because I'll tell you what, I did not think Mac Jones would be the best rookie quarterback at the end of his rookie year. He is the best rookie quarterback right now. After everything we've seen, Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback. It is what it is. And my last takeaway is the Rams. The New York Yankees have some holes that they need to fill and fill quickly. Quickly, right? And it goes to show, right? The last time that the New York Yankees won a World Series was, I believe, in 2009. If I'm not mistaken. So it's been a long time. It's been a decade of them throwing money at the wall and not getting any sort of success, right? So you can throw all the money you want at something, but if it's not functioning properly, is that money really worth it, right? So my problem, I think, with the Rams is they're doing all this stuff halfway through the season. You need an entire season to build cohesion with your guys. It is proven, right? Very rarely do people come in and instantly make a difference. Now we see OBJ, right? OBJ, to me, seems like the receiver that you need to work with during an off season, during practice, during off hours, right? He's not a plug-and-play receiver, right? He doesn't fit in every single offense. You may think he does, but he doesn't, because of his attitude, his play style, and just the overall, his just aura around him. He only fits in certain offenses. Is this enough time for OBJ to really cohese himself in that Rams offense? I'm not too sure. With Matt Stafford looking mediocre for some reason. I don't know what's gotten into his head, but he looks mediocre for some reason. But they need to figure it out. And they need to figure it out quick. However, if they are a wildcard team, they may be the best 5th or 6th seed I've ever seen in my life. With the roster that they have, they may be the best wildcard team to ever exist. So if they get to the playoffs and they become a wild card, they're still going to be scary. Until someone beats them, they're no way, shape, or form are they out of the conversation for getting to the Super Bowl. No way, shape, or form. Alrighty, that will do it with last week. Just like a newspaper, we are flipping the page to this week's news, right? Because we are focusing on this week. What have you done for me lately? And that's what we're going to get into. So starting us off on Thursday, for everyone else, yesterday, for us in about 20 minutes, we have the New England Patriots traveling to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. What do you got for me?
Yeah, this is a pretty easy pick for me. I got the New England Patriots beating the Atlanta Falcons. I think from what I saw from the Patriots last week, they've been playing really, really well. So I've been pretty impressed with their play. Like you said, Mac Jones has been the best, by far the best rookie quarterback so far this season. Their defense has been playing extremely well, and obviously their offense is clicking, on all cylinders. And I don't trust this Atlanta Falcons team even at home. I think that they have a lot of things to work on. Their defense is really bad. So until they get that addressed, I can't see them beating a team like the New England Patriots. So I got the Patriots winning this one pretty easily, 31-21.
I like it. Yeah, like I just said, you're a team that is getting better week in and week out, a QB that is improving week in and week out, and a defense who is much better than expected. I'm not talking about Atlanta. New England seems to be improving weekly, and we'll see. That may strike some fear in some Bills fans' hearts that this team is lingering. They're just lingering around. They don't go away, right? Bills might actually have to run away with the division and not, barely win it. The Bills might actually have to make a statement in the division and actually win the division. But yeah, I'm with you. Patriots continue to roll. Dominate Atlanta, who's an extremely weird team. I got somewhat of a close game. I got 28-17, but nonetheless, I think New England continues their dominance in the run game and kind of, sort of, is getting their passing game going. He's got to rely more on than just Hunter Henry. He's got to rely on those receivers. So hopefully he can do that in this game. Taking us to Sunday morning, we got a good matchup right here. A very, very, very good matchup right here. Could be the game of the day, but I like the matchup. We got the Indianapolis Colts traveling up to New York, up to Buffalo, up to where nobody, and I mean nobody besides Buffalonians like to be, and that is traveling to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. We got the Indianapolis Colts in a morning just blazer of a game. Indianapolis Colts, Buffalo Bills. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I think that, I think the Colts are, they're, like I said, I always put them kind of in the middle right now. There was this back and forth with Jacksonville last week. It was a pretty close game, but I do think that the Bills have the upper hand in this matchup, just especially being at home. And I think that their defense will be able to contain Carson Wentz and that offense. So I think it'll be low scoring, but I do like Buffalo in this game, 28-24.
Ooh, okay. The team who I think is going to have the second best half has started out 2-0, and I think they're going to go to 3-0 with a victory over Buffalo. I got the Indianapolis Colts in an absolute competitive, high-scoring, high-firing, high-action game. I got Indianapolis Colts 38-35. I think the Colts' run game is too good. I think Jonathan Taylor is too good. If anybody watched the first episode of the in-season Hard Knocks with the Colts, the coaches have never seen anything like Jonathan Taylor. There's two guys having a conversation about how in awe, how in shock they are with this man. So I got Jonathan Taylor being the catalyst that propels the Colts to victory this week. Indianapolis Colts 38-35 in an absolute thriller. Absolute thriller. Our next game up, we got, and I gotta tell you this before you make your pick, just to keep this in your mind, Lamar Jackson's status is in question. He has missed 2 straight practices with a non-COVID related illness. There it is. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. What do you got for me?
I fully expect Lamar Jackson to play. I think that this is a pivotal moment in the season where it's crucial. And I think that they definitely, after dropping, that bad of a game last week against Miami, which I didn't see coming at all, I think that they get a bounce back victory because that was the punch in the face that they kind of needed. I'm picking Baltimore in this one, in a close one, 23-17.
I like it. It looks like we're going head to head this week. I like it because I think with his status under question, I'm going to play it like he is not going to play on Sunday. And he shocks the news on Saturday or something that he doesn't play. And what I think this does is it opens the doors for a crappy Bears team to handle a struggling Ravens team in an ugly, ugly, ugly game. I got an ugly game, and I got the Chicago Bears pulling it out with a Lamar-less Ravens. We'll see. Still not confirmed. We'll see. I got the Chicago Bears pulling it out 24-20. If obviously Lamar doesn't play. If Lamar plays, then I fully expect the Ravens to win. But I'm going Chicago Bears here, 24-20, because I don't think Lamar will play. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions, who desperately need something good to happen. The only good thing for them is we will not have the first ever 0-17 team. We will have the first ever 0-16-1 team. So it's still on the table. Can they not go down in shame? Can they do it? They're taking on Detroit Lions, traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. What do you got for me?
Unfortunately, this week is not going to be any different. I don't think Detroit's going to beat Cleveland this week. I think that Cleveland is going to find a way to get it done at home. I think that Detroit gave it everything they could last week, and they came up short. They just didn't want the win enough, or I don't know what went on there, but that was one of the worst games I've ever watched. It was horrible. I literally couldn't wait till it ended. It was just sloppy on both sides. So glad I don't have to see that again, but I do wish I could have that time back. Because time is the most valuable thing in life, and that was stripped from me. So, gonna pick Cleveland here. I think Cleveland gets it done 28-17. I don't think the Lions put up much points, and I think that Cleveland, they're able to get a victory here.
So I'm gonna go. It's tough. It's tough to be a Detroit Lions fan. It is tough. And if you're a Detroit Lions fan, you know pain. You know pain. You know shame. You know losing. But nobody knows losing more and more than the Cleveland Dookies, right? The Cleveland Browns. I mean, holy moly, have they been a pile of dookie since I've been alive. Since I've been alive, I think they made the playoffs only twice or three times. I've been alive for quite a while. Not that long, but quite a while now. So, the Browns know losing. And you want to know what? I think they know losing better than the Lions, because that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the Detroit Lions get their victory that they so well deserve. I mean, holy moly, how many times are you going to be on the precipice, just the edge of victory, and then something goes wrong? How many times can it happen? I think this is the perfect team to get their first victory of the season, probably their only victory of the season against, with question marks at quarterback, with Baker's knee, Baker's shoulder, who knows what's going to happen. He says he's going to play, but he said he was going to play the last time, and he didn't. We'll see what Case Keenum can do. But with that being said, I got to think that Detroit has some sort of good luck somewhere along the lines, and who better than to do it against one of the most losing franchises in the history of sports, the Cleveland Browns. So I got Detroit Lions 28-24 pulling out their first victory of the season. Most likely their only victory if they are to win a game at all this season. We shall see. Next up, and gosh almighty, did I miss saying this team's name. Do me a favor, NFL. Do me a favor. Every team can have a bye except for this team, so I can say it as long as they are this. We got the Houston Dumpster Fire Texans. Whoo, I missed that. Houston Dumpster Fire Texans traveling to the Music City of Nashville, right, to take on the Tennessee Titans. And oh my goodness, the Jets did it earlier. Can the Houston Texans do it? We got the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. What do you got for me?
Yep, I got a guaranteed victory for you.
Okay, putting his trust in Tennessee now. Okay.
Yeah, I got to. Texans, not much to say about them. There's really not much to say. I mean, just very, very underwhelming team that there's just nothing special about them to me. Titans winning this one 41-10.
No, 1 point! 1 point off! Damn it! I got Titans 42-10. Yeah, absolute domination. I mean, okay, fine, the Jets got one. You cannot possibly sell me that the Texans are going to get one. I mean, come on. Come on, Titans. Come on, Tennessee. Give us a 1 seed that wants to be a 1 seed. Please, and just win your freaking games, all right? Yeah. Yeah, this game's going to be, just like Brendan, I think, a real Passover, quick one, and we're going to leave it at this. He's got Titans 41-10. I got Titans 42-10. All right, moving on. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers and an absolute have-to-have division game for both of these teams, in my opinion. We got the Green Bay Packers traveling to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings, don't you know? What do you got for me?
I'm actually going to pick Minnesota in this
Woo!
one. I'm actually going to roll with Minnesota because although Green Bay did play Seattle well, their offense kind of struggled. And I think that it's going to be hard for them to roll with that same offense into Minnesota this week. And so I think Minnesota wins this one in a close one, 35-31.
Woo, I am right there with you, my friend. I got Minnesota, baby, this week. I think Minnesota clearly the best 5-loss team in the league, right? If I were a team, I would not want to play this Vikings because of how wild card they truly are. They are such a joker. They are such an Uno wild card. You don't know what to make of this team. They're good. They're amazing. They're great. They're crappy. They're bad. They're shitty. They're all over the spectrum, right? They are all over the good and bad spectrum. They do not fall on one particular point. So I got the Minnesota Vikings showing up good this week. I got them showing up as a good team at home, beating the Packers, and honestly, a must-win. A must-win for the Minnesota Vikings. If they want to look to run the table, they have got to win this game. They got to keep winning and not stop winning until they are playoff secured. I got the Minnesota Vikings 27-21 and an absolute thriller of a game on Sunday morning. Our next game up is not a thriller. It's not a thriller at all. It's the farthest thing from a thriller. We got the Miami Dolphins traveling to New York to take on the New York Jets. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I'm struggling to figure out the New York Jets quarterbacking situation. I read that they're going to go with Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco will be starting. Joe Flacco will be starting.
Man, I liked what I saw out of Miami last week, so I'm going to roll with them just because I like what I saw. I think the defense played very, very well against. I would put them in a upper echelon Ravens team. Yep. I mean, you might want to bump them back a little bit, but they're still in the B range. So I'm going to go with Miami here. I'm going to pick them in a close one, 31-24.
Yeah, Miami. Tua is the real deal. Let's just start there. Tua is the real deal, and they have their guy. I don't like Alabama quarterbacks, but I like Tua because clearly, he is not the problem with this team. I mean, his finger is fractured. He's sitting on the sideline. He comes in and he wins the game. Clearly, he is not the problem, okay? So Miami needs to do whatever they need to do in the offseason to figure out how to have success with their franchise guy because he very well looks like a franchise quarterback. He looks like you can easily build a team around him. And that's what you want. That's what you want. I don't know if anybody saw his post-game interview. Extremely humble guy. He's shaking Lisa Salter's hands. I've never seen a player shake a reporter's hand after they interview. I've never seen it in my life. So you got the right guy there in Miami. And against a New York Jets team, this is it. You gotta win these games. You gotta win these games. You win the games that you're not supposed to, fine. Good for you. Win the games that you're supposed to win. On the schedule, this is a game that the Dolphins are supposed to win. So go out and win it. I got Dolphins 35-24 in a very high-scoring, high-fantasy, high-octane game, but the Dolphins get it done within the division. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints. This should be an interesting one. Traveling to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. New Orleans Saints, Philadelphia Eagles. What do you got for me?
Yeah, this is probably the toss-up game of the week where I don't know which way to lean. I think I'm just going to roll with Philly just because they're at home.
Like it.
But I do think it could go either way. I think that both teams are pretty solid teams. I'm going to go with Philly just, like I said, just because of the fact that they're at home, and I think Jalen Hurts will play well. So I'm going to pick them in a close one, 24-20. 21.
I like it. I like it as well. Now, I'll say this. Trevor Siemian has played a lot better than I ever anticipated him playing. He's playing 1,000 times better. Literally, these last 2 games, keeping them in it to the very final possession of the game. So I got to give it respect there. It looks like the Saints may be okay. They may, we'll see what happens with their QB situation. But like I said in my takeaways, the Philadelphia Eagles are a 180 of who they were in the beginning of the season. And this is their time to prove it. They want to prove that they're a different team. Go out and beat a top 10 defense, right? Go out and handle this defense. So I got the Eagles 35-28 in an absolute good game. A weird game, like you said. Not really know what to make of it because it's so kind of evenly balanced on both sides. But I got the Philadelphia Eagles 35-28 in a very, very, very fun game to watch. Our next game up, and it's the return of somebody, and I cannot wait to see it. Always been a fan, always will be a fan, cannot wait to see it. We got the Washington football team traveling to Carolina for the return of Cam Newton, baby. He's coming back. We got the Washington football team traveling to Carolina to take on the Panthers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, no, super excited for that. I've always been a Cam fan. Always thought that, he's brought a lot of energy and heart to the game. So it's always fun to watch Cam play. I don't know, there's something about him. I've always been a fan. He's kind of like a Michael Vick to me, where he's just kind of really dope. He's got some dope moves, and he kind of brings, something unique to the league. Yep. So it's cool to see him back out there. I fully expect Carolina to beat the Washington football team after how they played last week. I think that they are a very, very good football team. And I fully anticipate them to win this one 35-21. Yeah,
it's funny the dynamic that Cam adds to this offense. A dynamic that Sam Darnold, as much, and honestly, if we put Sam and Cam running next to each other, Sam most likely could hang with Cam running the ball. I'm just going to flat out say it. He's got the speed, ball skills. He's got these jukes that you don't expect him to have. Sam can run the ball. What Cam delivers to the offense is the fact that you know that this man is going to run the ball. So you have to. You must. If you don't, he's going to destroy you. You have to scheme for that. That opens up the offense for Christian McCaffrey. That opens up the offense for DJ Moore, for Robbie Anderson, for Tommy Tremble. And what do you know? Robbie Anderson has only had, I think, like 19 catches, 12 catches, something abysmal, and only like 1 touchdown. What happens? He scores a touchdown because of Cam. Hello? What freaking world are we living in? Come on, Matt. Wake up, pay attention. I get you want to give Sam a chance, but look what you got in front of you. Maybe it's time for Sam to be like the Mitchell Trubisky path. Go the path of the backup. Be a backup, fill in for somebody. Clearly not the guy. Good for Cam. I got Panthers stomping on the Washington football team, even after that victory. And it was nice to see them get revenge against the Bucs last week. I did not think it would happen, but Heineke got his revenge. He got his revenge. Panthers 31-17 in an absolute blowout. We're going to see the Panthers team that I think we saw at 3-0. That's the team I think we're going to get. And the last game of the morning, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling, flying down to Florida, to the city of Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with my team here. I think that the San Francisco 49ers get it done against Jacksonville. I think that they approach this as a new week, but they know that they got to get, the run game going like they did last week, and I think they will. And I anticipate that the defense will play just good enough to get it done here. I expect it to be a close game, but I do think the 49ers will win this one in a close one, 34-27.
Yeah, I got them. I see it differently. I see the Niners blowing them out, and then the Jaguars getting garbage time touchdowns, which they have been known to do lately. That offense is horrible. The only good thing about that offense is James Robinson. That's why my James Robinson owners expect some garbage time touchdowns this week. I got 35-21. It's going to be 35-14 all throughout the game, and then James Robinson will complete a solid running game with a late game touchdown. Other than that, 49ers, 35-21, absolute domination in Jacksonville. Moving on to our Sunday morning games. We got our first one leading us off is two teams who need victories probably more than anybody during this week. These two teams started strong, were going strong, hit some speed bumps, been struggling these last couple weeks. They need victories. Those two teams are the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the desert Sin City of Las Vegas, where nothing good happens, to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you got for me?
Yeah, like you said, these two teams, they're very desperate for a win at this point because they need to get back on track. I'm going to go with Cincinnati here. I think that Cincinnati, I think that they're the better team here, and it's not by a lot, but I think that they're more than capable of going into Las Vegas and winning. I think that, Vegas is struggling a little bit on the offensive end, and that will kind of hinder them from matching the Cincinnati Bengals at points, because the Cincinnati Bengals, I don't think that their offense has nearly as many problems as the Raiders does. So I'm going to pick the Bengals here in a close one, 27-24.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals here. I see the Bengals offense as more complete. Both defenses are struggling. I got a very high-scoring game. I'm going 42-28 Bengals because those defenses are not what they were at the start of the season. They've kind of fallen down the rankings as the defenses do sometimes. But both defenses need to get back on track. Both defenses need to have good games. However, with that being said, I think Joey gets back on track. I think Jamar gets back on track. And I think the Bengals do it 42-28 in a competitive game, but I think they run away with it late. That's how I see it going down. Our next game up, and it's definitely 100% the game of the day, most likely will be on Fox, most likely will be hearing Joe Buck's voice. We got the Dallas Cowboys, who are surprisingly not at home, right? Not at home, taking on and traveling to the state of Missouri, to the city of Kansas City, playing the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you got for me?
Yeah, well said. This is going to be an excellent game. Thanks for pointing out they didn't play at home. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, this is the first time in 20 years that they haven't played at home. So, I definitely think that I was very impressed with what I saw out of the Chiefs last week, but I was also impressed about what I saw out of Dallas. This is going to be a close but high-scoring game. I am going to pick the Chiefs here in a close one, 45-41.
Okay. I was kind of expecting something different, but I like it. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. This is a true test. This schedule, man, this season has been phenomenal. The Dallas Cowboys, this is going to be one of their tests, one of their true tests of the season. If they can get over this speed bump, it might be looking good for the NFC. We'll see. We shall see. But I got the Dallas Cowboys 31-30 in an absolute thriller, an absolute barn burner, beating Kansas City at home, which would be massive. I still think Kansas City rolls. I still think this is not really that big a deal in the long term of things, in the grand scheme of things. However, I think the Dallas Cowboys take this one 31-30. And our last game of the afternoon, we only got 3 games in the afternoon. Our last game is a division game. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I feel like Arizona always gets the best of Seattle in Seattle, so I don't care who the starter is. I think at this point, Arizona is going to bounce back and they are going to get victory. I think it'll be marginally close. But I do think that at the end of the day, the Cardinals will be able to pull out this one 31-28. I got the Cardinals beating the Seahawks 31-28 in Seattle.
I like it. Yes, I'm going Arizona Cardinals. I'm going a closer game. I'm going 17-14. Because if Kyler does not play, I don't expect much from that offense. However, I do expect it to be enough to get past the Seattle Seahawks. Like you said, traditionally, Arizona does go into Seattle and basically forces Russ to play like some of the worst games of his career. I think Carson one year had 4 interceptions and they were still able to win that game. So Arizona just makes the Seattle Seahawks play bad at home. And I think that happens. I think it's going to happen regardless of who's at QB. I got the Arizona Cardinals 17-14 over the Seattle Seahawks. Moving on to our night game. And how many freaking primetime games does this one team need? They're not even that good. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are tying with the freaking Lions. Why do they deserve primetime? Against traveling to SoFi to take on the Los Angeles Chargers, who have been struggling in their own right. What's going on? We got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I expect that I was not impressed at all with Pittsburgh last week at all. Like you said, I mean, tying with the Lions at home and just all the opportunities that they had to win and put that game away, and they just didn't seize any of the opportunities. They made mistake after mistake. I think that they're going to make some of the same mistakes against the Los Angeles Chargers. Therefore, I don't think that those mistakes will, be enough to keep them in the game. I expect the Chargers to actually turn around and turn those into points. So I'm going to pick the Chargers here in a semi-close one, 28-17.
Yeah, so close on so many. But I got the Los Angeles Chargers at home, doing just like you said, beating a very not good Steelers team, 24-17. 4 freaking points off. We were so close. But I got the Chargers. They got to rebound. Chargers need a rebound win. Honestly, the Steelers need a rebound win. So there's big games. Big implication games this week for teams who absolutely need victories to stay afloat in their division, to stay afloat in the playoff race. Because as we've seen over the last 3 weeks, that playoff tree from when the Bengals were in first place is completely changed. 100% changed. Teams that were in the playoffs are now out of the playoffs. Teams that were out of the playoffs are now in the playoffs. So everything can change, right? Any given Sunday, anything can happen. However, I think the Chargers handle business and to me, what is kind of a must-win at home. I got them winning 24-17 over the Steelers. And our final game we got on Monday night, we got the New York Giants traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I fully expect, I know that the Giants have been playing pretty well, but I fully expect Tampa Bay to bounce back at home. This is the perfect opportunity for them to do so. I don't think they're going to drop, but they're going to continue this losing streak. I think that they're going to get it together and play well at home. I fully expect them to win this game 35-17.
Yeah, I saved it. You got to save it for best for last, right? The best for last. I'm going guaranteed victory right here. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating and a must-have game after these 2 abysmal performances. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning 32-24 over a New York Giants team that has seemingly been playing better, as their team has been getting healthy. They might get Saquon back, so we'll see how that does. But against this Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who should be coming out with all of their heads absolutely on fire. They should be more pissed off than any team in the NFL right now because of the 2 games that they've dropped that they shouldn't have dropped, just like the Rams. But we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bouncing back, guaranteed victory over the New York Giants, 32-24. And what should be an interesting Monday night game. We shall see, though. And that is going to do it for this week's edition of Meat on the 50. As always, Brandon and I want to thank you, our audience, for taking the time, investing the time, and just watching the video. Giving your silent thoughts, giving your silent analysis. Obviously, we want to hear from you, so give us it in the comments, right? Let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts, your analysis, your predictions, your expectations, all of it. Give it to us in the comments. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. But as always, we want to thank you for taking the time to watch our videos. Brandon, any last words for the people?
No, just very, very excited for this week of football. There's some really good matchups that I'm really excited about watching, especially in the early window. So there's going to be some, big primetime games like which should be the Sunday night football game, which should be the Chiefs and the Cowboys. That's one of the best games that I've seen on the schedule all year. So very excited for that one. And then excited to also watch, the Vikings and the Packers, and then to see what the 49ers can do. And also the Bengals and Raiders. That's a good game too. So this is probably my favorite week within the last 4 or 5 weeks to watch football.
I like it. Coming up next week is our first, we did it, we made it, our first Thanksgiving Day episode. It is going to drop normally on Friday like the normal episodes. It will be recorded on Wednesday like the normal episodes, but it will include all of the Thanksgiving Day games. We are super excited to bring you that episode. We are super excited that we have made it to our first Thanksgiving Day games that we can give you our thoughts and analysis on. So we look forward to that. I hope you look forward to that. As always, I want to thank one of my best friends, Brandon, for joining me, for giving me his thoughts, his analysis, his expectations, his thoughts, everything. Right, wrong, what, indifferent, what have you, right? I appreciate his time, appreciate his analysis, appreciate everything. For Fantasy Time, like you guys know, you guys can follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Time 2021. Follow us on Facebook at The Fantasy Guy 2021. And then follow us right here on YouTube at Fantasy Time 2021. The link for the Meet on the 50 Google Sheet will be down in the description. Just click on it if you want to see everything that we talked about. If you want a recap of all of our picks without having to go through the entire video, just click on the Google Sheets. Just download it. All the information is right there for you to consume, right? So if you guys like what you guys saw, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and then just tap on that bell notification to stay up to date on all the latest content, because the videos are coming every Wednesday and Friday. We're always dropping the knowledge. We've been dropping the knowledge all season, and we will continue to drop the knowledge. This has been another episode of Fantasy Time, another weekly edition of Meet on the 50. I think he's over here, if I'm not mistaken. That is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. I am Jacob Cutler, the Fantasy Guy, and until next week, we will see you later.